Hey there guys, how are you doing? Raymond here, and we're back again with another Forza Horizon 3 top 10 list. Now before we get started, there's just a few things that I need to cover. First off, next week's top 10 list will be the top 10 fastest cars on the Goliath in Forza Horizon 3. So if you have any cars that think should be on that list or absolutely need to be on that list, let me know in the comments down below. As well, leave your suggestions for future top 10 lists in the comments down below. This all having been said, today we're going to be counting down the top 10 worst cars in Forza Horizon 3. So, let's get into it. Now at number 10 on this list, we have a car that a lot of you are not expecting, and I'm probably going to get some hate for, but you know what? Screw it. Apart from the top 3 or 4 cars, you guys didn't leave a lot of recommendations that could apply to this list, so if a car got recommended, it was all basically automatically in, and I had some fun for the list myself, so get ready for some surprises. So at number 10, we have the 2017 Nissan R35 GTR. And I do quote this from a comment. The reason why it's on this list is because world's biggest turning radius. That's all there is to be said about it. At number 9, we find ourselves saying hello to the 1992 Mitsubishi Galant Rv4. RV, Ray Vision. Maybe it shouldn't be on this list, but nonetheless, it basically does nothing. It's a Mitsubishi. It has 4-wheel drive. It's basically a lesser version of an Evo that you could own if you weren't owning the Galant at the moment. So why would you own the Galant? You understand where I'm going with this? No? Well, that's where I'm going. At number 8, we say hello to, well, something that didn't exactly surprise me, and that is the 2014 Morgan 3-wheeler. And this one's pretty self-explanatory. When you remove a wheel from a car, you lose traction in general, either in the front or in the back. In this case, they remove the back wheel, so whenever entering a corner or exiting, you have to be very careful about the gas. And if you decide to swing your steering from left to right, well, you can assume what's going to happen because you have no traction in the back. You also don't really have any power. You're not good at turn. Is this car good at anything? I don't know. Welcome to number 7, where we are graced by the presence of the 1967 Volvo 123 GT. First off, the name is awesome, so that's not the reason why it's on this list. But after having taken the time to driven this car, wow. You see, driving this car is such a brain chore that I can no longer speak proper English. And, well, that's why it's at number 7. Now, at 6th place, we have our first AMC vehicle. I say our first because there will be more surprise incoming. And that is the 1973 Amc Gremlin X. It is one of the barn finds in Forza Horizon 3, and for some reason, there's actually a few barn finds on this list. I guess they put cars in the barn finds that are funny to drive because they were bad, but they're kind of cool. I don't know, maybe they're there, it's just people don't like it. You want to know why? This is my assumption. The front looks like a muscle car, and the back looks like a wagon that was cut off with an axe. Basically, they were just like, here, let's make it look the front of a muscle, and then you started doing the wagon part, and then you forgot to finish the rest of the car, right? No? Maybe? Now, at number 5, we have something, well, I just don't know where to start with it. It's another AMC car, which is good, but this one, well, is a little bit tougher to look at, if you understand what I'm saying already. And that is the 1977 Amc Pacer X. Don't forget the X. Now, things to say about this car. It's got no power, it's got no steering, suspension's jello, but what really sets it apart is just the way it looks. Have you ever seen such a sad looking car? Just look at it. Take a minute to appreciate what was going through the designer's head when he designed the back of this car. I don't understand. Logic does not apply. If this were Raymond logic, it would look 100 times better. Say hello to number 4. Now, the next few are probably going to be easy to guess, maybe not in the order you expected. So, at number 4, we have the 2017 Tamo Racimo. And I'm going to be honest, I'd never heard of this car until everyone told me it was the worst car ever. And I don't know why it's the worst car ever. People don't like it. I will say, after having driven it, it doesn't really accelerate. It's got some pretty loose suspension, so it can't really corner or do anything, period, without crashing or dying. So I can understand why it's not a great car. Why everyone hates it so much, I have no idea. Can you guys tell me? Welcome to number 3. This one, well, yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody knew this was going to be on the list. It is the 1957 BMW Isetta 300 Export, or as we all like to call it, the Isetta bubble car. Now, let's talk about the Isetta bubble car. First off, stock, it's not really drivable. I mean, like, it is drivable, but it doesn't go fast, it doesn't do anything. Upgraded, it's even less drivable. It basically turns into a rocket ship because it can accelerate, and then when you try to turn, you end up committing suicide. That's basically my best description for it, and that is why it's deserving of number 3 on this list. Now at number 2, we have something that you all expected to be on this list. If you didn't, I don't know why you're here. Get out. And you're probably asking yourself why it's not number 1. Well, you'll see what number 1 is. I have a surprise in store for you. But at number 2, we have the 1972 Reliance Supervan 3. I believe, I don't know, whatever. Now let's talk about the Reliance Supervan. Unlike the Isetta, which is sort of drivable at low speeds, not upgraded, the Reliant is undrivable in whichever situation you take it. There is no version of this car that will come out with you smiling. Actually, it can be enjoyable to drive, but as a car itself, it's kind of crap for the fact that it rolls over if you try and turn. If you put the guardrails on the front of it, it still rolls over, and if you make it faster, then it just rolls over and then explodes. Either way, you're rolling, which is bad. We have made it to number 1, the top 10 worst cars in Forza Horizon 3, and this one takes the cake. And that is the 2016 Lamborghini Centenario LP770-4. And let me explain to you why. Now, whenever I don't put the Lamborghini Centenario in a top 10 list, whether it be about handling, drag racing, top speed, you guys all get mad about something. There's always a reason for the Lamborghini to be on the top 10 list, and I get destroyed in the comments. And this has sort of made me learn to detest this car. But I was thinking, in this list, I am not going to get hated by people because I'm going to be very smart. And the way I've been very smart is I put the car on the list. So, you guys can't complain that the car is not on the list. In fact, it's number 1, so there's no reason for you to be complaining. You should be praising me because I finally put the Lamborghini Centenario in number 1 position. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this top 10 list. Some of it was you, some of it was me, some of it was a bit of both. Added together, and we get the worst cars in Forza Horizon 3. That having been said, be sure to leave your recommendations for next week's top 10 list in the comments down below for the top 10 fastest cars around the Goliath in Forza Horizon 3. That having been said, guys, be sure to follow me on social media. Links are down in the description down below, and be sure to subscribe. My name has been Raymond. I've been your host. That was a terrible outro, and I will see you all in the next one.